vibe, it be different. That shine in your eyes, what I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You finding your find in the sky, we gon' ride the ecliptic like a Mercury transit.
Peace, y'all. Say with Star Card Astrology, and I'm here to give you your daily astrology guidance for Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. I have been a little absent, got a lot going on, and I actually tried to go live last night and didn't want to really work, Mercury retrograde issues. It happens, but and there might be a little lag going on. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna watch this afterward, but I'm pretty sure everything's working fine. So we gonna pop right into this here, okay? So we got the moon that's gonna cross over the North Node and Uranus today, and we could take a look at that. Yeah. So today we're definitely going to be feeling as if we need to feel like we're doing the things that we need to do, the valuable things in our life. But what's happening here is Saturn is squaring this area. Okay, so we have Saturn squaring this entire conjunction, and this is where we're gonna feel like things might not be fully working out today. But that's okay, right? Saturn is making a light square with Uranus. With Uranus, as of this point, for sure. It will be exact pretty soon here. So we're building up to this breaking point, okay? Saturn is really powerful in Aquarius, so this is where we could be feeling like things are getting really, really hard, and we're gonna need other people. This is where we have to go out and not go out, but we have to work with the people that work with us, that are aligned with us, that actually care about us and where we're trying to go and the things we're trying to build. Okay. Anybody else, it can be detrimental because we're going through it mentally, right? Mercury is retrograde in Libra, so especially if we're still connected with people who don't have our best interest, or who don't fully care and invest in us in general, and even more so towards where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do. This can weigh heavily on our minds. This could bring us into depression. This is where we need to be careful, right? Because Mercury's still in this opposition. I don't like that line. There's always a line I don't like. And this thing just doesn't want to give me the line I want. With Jupiter. So, things could definitely blow out of proportion. Egos could flare. Especially if, we get caught up in people and relationships that are not working out, that are not pushing us forward, or not aligned correctly. So I'd be wary of that. I wouldn't really, put too much energy into those things. We want to be able to build with the right energy. So in these times that are coming up, right, we have Mars that's slowing down a lot. Right? We have it at 27. Slow. Getting ready to go retrograde. And then look at what we got. We have all of this retro. Okay? So, this is where, things can go bad. And we have to prepare for that. Right? And, it's almost like all this retrograde energy is like preparing us for when Mars decides to go retro, because then Pluto will come back online. But it's preparing us for this major shift in this aggressive war-like energy that's coming. Okay? And Venus is going to flip over to the evening star, right? It's the morning star. If you look at Venus right now, it's ahead of the sun, which means as it moves this way, because all of the celestial bodies move that way on the chart, as the hours go by, that means that when the sun rises, when it gets to the rising point, which is right here, that means that Mercury is already in the sky. So if you're up early enough, then you would see something that looks like a star, but it's Venus, in the sky as day breaks. Actually, right before, right? Because it's 11 degrees. The sun's at 21. So we would see, first off, Virgo would be rising at that time. And Venus would have already be where you could visibly see it, especially because since the sun is under the horizon, it will reflect or refract the light, and we would see it up in the air, up in the sky. So we're getting ready for Venus to move past the sun from the Earth's perspective. And, that can mean a lot of things, right? That means that when it's the evening star, we'll see it at night. And Venus in the dark, ruling love and finances and value, we could see a lot of things kind of go astray, or, we could see some type of energy that might look good at first, but then takes us on a downtrend. And I'm speaking more towards financially, but this could be where with love too. Like if we have relationships that we've been, focused on, that we really want, this is where it can show its true colors and be like, this is probably what I don't want. But we can absolutely see these things happen in the financial markets, and we want to make sure that, we're just prepared for whatever is coming, because the thing about it is, with this North Node in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, the moon will move out of Taurus pretty quickly, by the next day. 7 degrees. Yeah, so the next day. And the dispositor of Taurus is Venus. So right now is still a good time for us to make sure that we intuitively get the things that we value in order. Like, these are our last moments to make sure that we do these things. Okay? Because this is really, I feel like really all of these planets retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Uranus retrograde, right? The only thing that, Neptune retrograde. The only thing that's not retrograde is Venus, and, luckily it's not. But 6 planets retrograde. Luckily we don't have all the planets retrograde. And, when there's everything is retrograde, this is where things get out of hand, right? Everything is catching up with the Earth, and the Earth is either passing these planets or those planets are passing us, just like on the highway. It seems like things are moving backwards, right? And essentially they are, because you're passing them, right? But they're still moving forward. So it's not even that they're not moving backwards. They are moving backwards from the Earth's perspective. And this is astronomy at that point, right? It's not astrology. Astrology is interpreting the energy. Astronomy is actually where these planets are placed mathematically from the Earth's perspective. So, very intense energy. A lot of things are not going to work out. And this is kind of projecting further past Wednesday, which, I've been wanting to get these weekly videos in, and, it's just, I'm going to get it all in there. We're going to start doing these discussions where it's astrology based, but we're talking about a lot of things that are going on. I want to look at some natal charts of certain people and, just really just get into it. But I am a father first. So my babies come first. And sometimes that's why things aren't always as consistent as possible. But I try to stay as consistent as I possibly can, because when you choose to have children, your life has to revolve around them. Okay? And you have to make sacrifices. That's just how it works. Unless you just want to be a piece of shit parent. So, luckily, they're asleep right now, right? I wait till they're asleep, and they're peaceful, they're good, they're clean and fed and all that, so nothing to worry about. But yeah, so, Wednesday can absolutely end up being kind of a frustrating day. And, we're going to have to work through these things. We're going to have to make sure that we stay focused on the goal and take action with a lot of less leeway time, or less time to, really just, contemplate whether we should make these moves. It's like, okay, I have enough information. Is this what I need to do? Do it, right? It's like, I can use an example of myself. I switched Wi-Fi carriers, and I won't promote any of them, but the last one was very unreliable, and they were charging me far too much for faster speeds I could get elsewhere. And I knew Mercury was coming retrograde, so I was like, let's get the new one in, set it up. And then my billing cycle was going to change on the 15th. So I called yesterday, canceled it. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to wait. I'm going to pay off what I have left on that bill. And then I just went ahead and paid the new bill so that I don't have nothing to worry about. And my Wi-Fi stays on, and I don't have to think about nothing. I have to go drop off the equipment, which I will do today. But yeah, it's just taking action. Why would I wait? Why would I wait? So that I could get caught up in a lot of other different things and just, forget or, put it off, and then what? I end up I could not end up paying it because of this, that, and the third. My kids want something, whatever. And then, that goes in the collections, and then I'm messing up my credit worse, and that's not, I can't be doing all that. So it's like I have enough information. I know that the bill needs to be paid. I already canceled it, so I know I'm not going to get charged for next month. I have my confirmation number if they try to play me. Right? I have all the information I need. Boom. I have the money. Bam. Pay it. Right? Same with the new bill. Why am I going to wait? Yeah, it might not be actually due yet, but why would I wait? Because now that money's out of the way. I don't have to think about, I need to put this money away for the bill. No, it's paid. So whatever money I get, all my bills are paid. I can do whatever I need to do. Get new gear, get a new lens for my camera, whatever I need to do, right? So it's just about making sure that we are taking action and not wasting time. Wasting time is going to be the worst thing that we could possibly do right now. I personally don't like to waste time. And that's what kind of gets me caught up because, I came up a gamer and I play one video game. One. People try to put me onto this, that, whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't even have time to play the one video game I love. And, I've been playing it a lot more lately, and I'm going to start streaming it, on Twitch and all that, because I don't want to waste time. Like, if I'm going to play the game, I might as well be productive in some type of way. Why not? Why not promote more of my brand if I'm going to play a video game, right? I don't, it's just, I might as well intertwine it all. I already stream live on here. I go live on IG. I go live very seldom on Facebook now, but, I do this. I make the music. I put the music out. We do the performances. We're getting ready for some really big movements right now. New songs that are coming out crazy. And, it's like I didn't wait for that either. I had the money to pay for the mix and master so that I can take it a step further than where I took it. And I'm not hesitating on that, right? Sent the money. I pay up front. I don't, why not? Why not? So that everything's locked in. I don't have to worry about it, because the more I have to worry about, then it's like, it's easy to feel like, well, maybe I should give up, or maybe I should, take a step back, or maybe I should wait, or, and just put ourselves in a mental hole that is hard to get out of. It's hard to get out of. Many, many times in my life, and even recently, I have questioned everything that I'm doing, whether I should continue doing it or not. It's not easy. It's not easy when, you do what you love every day and you're not exactly where you have foreseen yourself to be, or you're not getting the results that you believe you should have right now. But it's all about trusting in God, trusting in the universe, that you're still here for a reason. You're working on putting out your soul's mission while you're here, and ultimately that's God's mission. And whatever you're meant to receive will come. And it's just about staying on that beaten path until we get there. That's not easy. That's easier said than done. But that is the struggle of life. That is why we're meant to be here and go through these ups and downs in order to celebrate success, understand what true happiness is, understand what true love is, because we won't have it if we don't go through the heartbreak and the temporary times of depression and all of these things, right? Loss. That's what makes us stronger. That's what helps the soul vibrate higher when we understand more and more about ourselves. So let's see what the cards have to say. With the sun in Virgo, it's all about just making sure that we're cleaning up our environment. We're making the changes, the tweaks to our environment, the upgrades, the little things. Like, I put a whole curtain track up in the studio now so that I could broadcast from anywhere in the studio. It does, it looks professional. I've just been looking at ways that I can upgrade and get things better and better as time goes on. And, I had to put the work in. I had to lay the track on the ceiling, and, I had my pops help me, but, I did all the hard work, and he helped me, and it was, we got it done in a night, and then the curtains came the next day. One of the curtains came actually, I already had one of the curtains, I think, and then the other one came the very next day, hung them up, and it's been beautiful ever since. Helps the AC stay in here a little bit better. I probably should have got the 9 feet instead of the 8 feet, but it's all good because eventually we can get the 9 feet, It's all good. No reason to trip, but we will have those moments where we're going to trip, and these next few weeks are going to be unlike anything we've experienced. Most of us have not lived through 6 planets retrograde. This is very karmic times. This is extreme off the Richter scale astrology. We can't even fully predict exactly what we're going to experience. We already had, celebrities, rappers just pass away like that. Just out of nowhere, and there's going to be a lot of things that come up, and we have to be mindful of the propaganda that will be out there. It's going to come heavy. So stay vigilant. Listen to that intuition, that connection with source to know, and when something's off, if something's telling you to move from where you're standing, you better move. So, it's like that right now. The card of the day is the King of Pentacles upright. This is where we need to take control. We need to take control of the things we're manifesting. We need to make sure that we stay focused on what we're trying to manifest. We need to carry out the mission and carry out, the implementation of the plan of how we're trying to grow our kingdom, how we're trying to build our kingdom. This is where we can't falter. We have to make sure, my phone died, but it's all good, that we are the kings of our life, queens of our life, and that we fully embody that, which means we have a knowing of what's going to work and what's not going to work, where we need to go and where we should not go, what we need to improve and fix and repair, and what we don't. This is how a king rules its kingdom, or a queen, right? So, and then not only that, we have to lay the foundation of how we want things to be, or how we want to be remembered, when we're gone. If we think about kings and queens, right? They talk about their legacy. What legacy are we trying to create for ourselves? That is the main question here. That is the thing we need to focus on and continue to build, no matter how hard this astrology gets, no matter how frustrating these days become, no matter what curveball gets thrown at us. We need to stay focused, and that's why I try to stay as consistent as I can when it comes to everything that I'm doing. And it's not easy. So it's more about being easier on ourselves when we have to make some type of sacrifice or when things don't work out perfectly, right? It's like the iPad didn't want to show up on the stream, and yeah, maybe that's not the worst thing. Maybe I could have just went on, but the format of my videos, I want things to be a certain way, and I had my babies here and they need a lot of attention. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna make sure that they're good. Tomorrow, I'm sure everything will work. And lo and behold, everything works today. So, keep creating, keep manifesting. The power is within us all. Don't let nothing take your power from you. Don't let this crazy mind that we were blessed with, even though it is crazy, don't let that throw you off the cliff. Remember your power. Come from the heart. The heart will always lead you. The heart will always keep you safe. It will always protect you. It will always calm you down. And I know a lot of us struggle with loneliness, and that is heavy on the heart, but the heart wants love. The heart is love. And as long as we tap into that, then we will always remember our true power of who we are as human beings and why we're here, the things that we do love. So I hope that helped. And until next time, one love.
Cause your vibe it be different than shining in your eyes when I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You finding the sky, we gon' ride the eclipse like a Mercury trans.